Adam ignored and continued to move forward to grab the gun. He thought to himself that this old ghost actually used the same trick again. I won't be fooled again. With a loud bang, Adam was blasted away again. Elder came up behind him with a gun.
Kid, I think it's time for us to have a nice chat. Tell me, hand over your information. Its value will determine whether I show mercy or not.
Adam struggled to get up.
Do you think I'm the kind of person to beg for mercy?
Another explosion sounded in the distance. Elder said calmly,
I'm not bargaining for your life, but for your commander. Make a decision quickly. I'm the only one left with reason here. If I don't stop them, they will show no mercy.
Because many of their loved ones and friends have died at your hands. Hearing this, Adam compromised.
Although I don't know what you want, I do have a secret in my possession. It's about a person. A backup team member that only you know of. And that person has betrayed you with all your secrets.
At this moment, Adam looked at Elder with a smile on his face.
So, are you satisfied with this news? This is life-saving information for you.
Adam looked at Elder without speaking for a long time, smiling.
Why are you silent now? Are you scared by this news, or have you suspected him a long time ago?
Although those people pretend they can live and die for loyalty, in reality, they are all eyeing each other's heads to exchange for money. You should be very clear about the essence of taking money for selling lives. After all, you are the biggest human trafficker. Can you tell who this blonde beauty is? Yes, she is young Hilda. Before the insect swarm outbreak, in a room, a man lay weakly on the bed begging Elder to end his suffering. He used to be fearless in battles on the battlefield. But now, he has become a pitiful wreck. He needs help with everything, even eating and going to the bathroom. He cannot stand living so miserably. He just wants to preserve his last shred of dignity. However, Elder ignored his request and left directly. He once tried to commit suicide, but now he doesn't even have the strength to do so. Just at this moment, the door was opened. Kent, it seems you have been abandoned. Such an ending should not happen to a seasoned warrior like you. We need your combat experience. As long as you are willing to join us, you will be reborn. But the condition is that you must walk down the genetic modification operating table alive. The person inviting Kent is Hilda. Kent was then brought back to the base. He underwent a series of genetic surgeries. Kent stood up again and gained extraordinary powers. At this moment, Hilda congratulated that the surgery was very successful. Kent welcomes you to formally join the Henslow family. Shortly after, at the airport in T-City, Kent, who had just gotten off the plane, got in touch with Elder. Captain, as expected, after you left, members of the Henslow family have started approaching me. My neuropathy has been cured by them. Very well. I will contact you again after the Insect King project begins. Kent was actually intentionally abandoned by Elder. The purpose was to infiltrate the Henslow family. By having Kent act as a spy, he could also rely on the Henslow family's biotechnology to cure Kent's illness. Back in the present, Elder has realized that he has been betrayed. He thought he was arranging his most loyal subordinate to act as a spy, but he never expected that an undercover agent had infiltrated his own ranks and leaked all the intelligence. Elder, I'll give you a chance to save your life. Pledge your loyalty to me again. At this moment, everyone on the battlefield received a mysterious communication. I am Colonel Benjamin from Peach Blossom Land. Everyone in the combat zone is listening to me. All of Walter's actions are not instructions from Peach Blossom Land, but his personal independent actions. I do not want to conflict with Queen Bee's forces, so now I command an immediate ceasefire from both sides. At the same time, I will give Elder a new task, which is to make Queen Bee submit to Peach Blossom Land. And Trojan Battalion, led by Walter, will fully support Elder's actions. When the rebels on site heard Benjamin's words, they all thought he was crazy. He actually demanded that the enemy general serve him on the battlefield. But Benjamin went on to announce some breaking news. Due to the betrayal of the people from Prince's base, I have captured Prince. His family has been completely suppressed by me. Now the regime has completely changed hands. If Queen Bee does not surrender anymore, we will eradicate her and create a new Queen Bee who is obedient. Elder, I give you a chance to be loyal to me again. Adam looked at Elder and said calmly, since you have been in the Peach Blossom Land, you should be familiar with their way of doing things, right? Your bases and underground fortresses should have already provided you with the necessary information. If you disagree, Peach Blossom Land will shell all of the strongholds. Even underground fortresses cannot withstand the bombardment of nuclear bombs. Elder eventually compromised. He said into the communicator,
Queen Bee is not someone I can control, but I can provide everyone with a chance to negotiate. Very well, welcome back to Peach Blossom Land, Colonel Benjamin. Don't celebrate too soon. If you want to convince Queen Bee, then show her how much Peach Blossom Land values her. What do you mean, Colonel? You don't think just anyone can persuade Queen Bee, do you? Have someone influential talk to her. You said you've caught Prince, right? Then have him come and talk.
Elder, are you crazy? Not really. Queen Bee has always believed that Prince is the leader of Peach Blossom Land. Just listening to you alone, Queen Bee won't meet you. Sending Prince will solve everything easily. Colonel, are you lying when you say it's difficult to catch Prince? No, you misunderstood. I will meet with Peach Blossom Land and Queen Bee on behalf. Why did you let him go? I want to avenge Lori. Elder was very surprised at this moment. Benjamin actually managed to get ashore so easily. Colonel, do I have to explain it all over again? I have made up my mind. This will be the first achievement I create as the new leader of Peach Blossom Land. Just convey my meaning to Queen Bee. Elder quietly holstered his pistol. He hadn't expected this. He had been planning how to force Benjamin from the sea to the land. Now he was unexpectedly going to meet Queen Bee in person. What a surprising development. Adam watched Elder walk away without a word and quickly called him back.
Where are you going? Since the communication is over, I should go back.
Elder, did you not hear the mission instructions just now? We are now on the same mission. I will support you. I don't need your support. You can go now. I'm in a good mood, so I'll spare your life for now. I know your intentions. You won't get any benefits from this negotiation. Martha was stunned when she heard this. She quickly blocked Elder's path. I heard everything you just said to him. Are you hiding something from me? Have you betrayed my sister? Are you trying to test someone by doing this? How could you let him go so easily? I want to avenge Lori. Martha looked so sad. Elder sighed deeply. Martha, you will understand these questions in the future, although I don't know if you will live until then. However, the idea of using others to kill your enemies is wrong. Of course, you must take revenge in person. Go away, I'm busy. Martha was angry. She spat at Elder's face with a mouthful of phlegm. But Elder easily dodged it. He hit Martha on the head. The human dominance on Earth is coming to an end. Since the decline of humanity has become a reality, we must make changes. If insects are the dominant species of the next generation, then we will artificially create the strongest insect, the black bee. We will create the queen bee to dominate them. So in this great extinction, humans can continue to maintain racial supremacy. Start executing the insect nest project now. Release the black bees cultivated in the laboratory into the wild. Prince, those are 3-meter-sized insects. You can say such thoughtless words only because you were born at the top of the pyramid. But military personnel and I are both human. If you insist on carrying out this foolish plan to destroy human society, we have no reason to remain loyal to you. Prince, someone has betrayed us. The frontline soldiers witnessed the mutated human experiment, and they are all shaken. They feel that it's better to die than become something neither human nor ghost. It's better to terminate the insect nest project now. Benjamin, a new era has already arrived. We cannot let everyone survive. So, we can only sacrifice the lower class people. If there is resistance, then suppress it. It's just that some damn people have died. Everyone, Prince has gone mad. Even the most loyal followers can be abandoned by him. He can sacrifice everything to gain power. So now we are not just fighting for ourselves. We must also stand up for the fate of humanity. Memphis is the name of our organization. I will conceal my identity and stay by Prince's side until our revolution succeeds or fails. Finally, one day the rebel army launched an attack on Peach Blossom Land. They successfully captured Peach Blossom Land. But unexpectedly, Prince actually escaped by piloting a fighter jet. Although Benjamin has ascended to the throne of power, he still cannot command everyone. He can only fully control Peach Blossom Land if he captures Prince. The remnants of the family that were crippled by the war have gathered underground. They are eyeing him warily. As long as Benjamin makes a wrong decision, then he will face a deep abyss. As the world's strongest combat force, her decisions will determine the course of disasters. Inside a certain underground tunnel in T-City, Richard is asking Elder seriously about the peace talks. Elder replied sternly, "Fake. I can be sure they did not catch Prince. He is lying." Richard was puzzled. Is he lying about coming to negotiate with Queen Bee in person too? It's possible. But I think he will come for real because just now the entire region could hear the communication, including his subordinates. I think he really needs Queen Bee's participation. They should find Prince at his base inland. But with the current military strength Benjamin possesses, it is unlikely they can capture the base there. However, if Queen Bee is acquired and her army is used to attack Prince, using the bee swarm as cannon fodder, the situation will become easier. Therefore, by any means necessary, Benjamin wants Queen Bee to stand on his side, even if it means risking coming out of the secure command ship. When Elder waits for Benjamin to go ashore, you just let the bee swarm capture him. You are thinking too naively. Benjamin will definitely make thorough preparations before going ashore. I estimate that the bee swarm has just started to react. The aircraft carrier at sea will launch countless shells to blast the bee swarm into pieces. Actually, all we need to do is to inform Prince of the location range of the Peach Blossom Land fleet. After Prince destroys the Peach Blossom Land fleet, we only need to deal with Prince. So before that, we must hide Queen Bee Maria well. Absolutely cannot let anyone know her whereabouts. However, at this moment, the Queen Bee who is gathering the bees was discovered by someone. In the end, will this world head towards destruction or rebirth? I have tried my best. Why can't they still accept me? At this moment, Martha came up to Elder stiffly. Elder thought that Martha was approaching him about Lori. He quickly said,
"Child, I'm sorry we haven't found your friend yet. Based on the current information, it seems that Walter and the others didn't take your friend. But I will continue to help you search for them. So please don't worry."
Martha said nervously.
"Grandpa,
thank you for being willing to help. But now I want to ask you to teach me how to fight. You are not a mutated human, but can easily defeat them. I want to learn that fighting style." Elder looked at Martha askance and did not agree. "Understood," Martha hastily assured.
I'm willing to do whatever you ask of me. Whether it's doing laundry, cooking, shining shoes, or cleaning the floors, I can do it all."
"I have also learned basic combat techniques. And I learn quickly. If you teach me, I will be your subordinate in the future and fight for you." Elder looked at Martha as she talked non-stop. He hurriedly interrupted her and mentioned a famous general in China who said,
"An army does not need people skilled in martial arts. Those individuals may show off because of their fighting skills, run out alone to battle the enemy, disrupt formations, and lead to overall defeat."
And you are that kind of person. A person like you who cannot control their emotions and only acts according to their own thoughts. It will have advantages in surviving alone. But it is definitely not a good choice for companions or team members. Listening to Elder's evaluation of oneself like this, Martha's explosive temper couldn't be contained anymore. "We've only known each other for a few days. Do you think you really understand me? I can do anything well as long as I am determined to do it. Now you are using such an affirmative tone to deny me. What else does Martha want to say? But she found that Elder's face had turned dark. Martha was taken aback. She knew she had made a mistake again. She quickly apologized. I'm sorry. I will control my emotions and be careful with my words and actions in the future. If you are willing to teach me, I will not let you down. Elder didn't want to deal with her at all and just walked away. Martha immediately broke down. Why is it that I work so hard but still can't earn their recognition? Lori has already left me. Now, when I humbly seek advice from him, he doesn't even want to look at me. No, I can't give up like this. I still need to find Lori. I must have him take me as his disciple. After rejecting Martha, Elder returned to the room. He looked at the communication device dedicated to contacting Kent on the table. He couldn't help but recall the words Adam had said before. Did he really betray himself? If he didn't betray, then why didn't he tell himself the intelligence about Hilda coming to T-City? After Elder left, Martha quietly came to the outside of his room. Not willing to accept Elder's rejection, she wanted to check Elder's room for any diary or training manuals. After entering the room, Martha observed the layout of the room. She found that the communicator that Elder always carried around his waist was actually left on the table. Martha was about to step forward to examine it, but suddenly stopped in her tracks. She then blew a breath of hot air forward. The fine threads touched by the hot air emitted a reflective light. Martha gently touched these fine threads. Sure enough, there were traps set up in the room. This is what I wanted to learn. At that moment, the door suddenly opened. It turned out to be Elder coming back. He then sat on the bed and shouted, "Come out!" Martha cursed under her breath. She obediently came out and stood in front of Elder. She said awkwardly while lying, "Grandpa, I just came in to check if you have any laundry to do." Elder asked in confusion, "Martha, how did you know I was back?" Martha honestly replied, "I heard your footsteps, so I hid." Elder was somewhat surprised. Even though he deliberately walked softly when he came back, she could still hear him. Thinking this, Elder spoke up, "Go to your brother-in-law. Let him arrange a sentry position for you." As soon as Martha heard this, she immediately became unhappy. "I still don't know where my friend is gone. I have to go find him. I don't have time to stand guard." I looked at Elder's dark face. Martha could only accept the arrangement to stand guard obediently. Meanwhile, a flyer was torn off. It says on it, "Buying and selling dogs, pit bull at 6 bullets per kilogram." Looking at this leaflet, the pit bull smiled happily. "Brothers, did you see that? My value has increased again. Elder, that old guy in Peach Blossom Land, just fought not long ago, and he anxiously looked for me. Watch me drain that old guy dry this time. The damn old guy made me move for nothing." At this moment, Richard is arranging the people who will go out on patrol today. 2 people are assigned to each location. After the arrangements are finished, Martha discovered that she was the only one left without a task assigned. She asked in confusion, "Brother-in-law, wasn't it said that 2 people would be in each group? Why am I the only one not assigned a task?" At this moment, Elder appeared behind Martha. "You and I will go on a mission together," he said. On the dilapidated street, Martha followed Elder. She couldn't help but think as she looked at his back. Although this old gentleman has a bit of a bad temper, the people in refuge all respect him. This shows that his leadership abilities are excellent. Although he speaks sharply and without sentimentality, he takes good care of those around him. Even though he often hits me on the head, he deliberately stands guard with me. He must want to teach me something while we are on guard duty together. At this moment, Elder took Martha into a large building. He pointed to the subway entrance downstairs and said, "Your task today is to hide here. Use your abilities to monitor whether there is any activity inside this subway. There are 2 points to note here. First, What you need to detect are not ordinary people but special forces specially trained to infiltrate the enemy. Second, do not let anyone discover that you are hiding here. They will definitely search this place. If you are found while on guard alone here, you will be in big trouble. Upon hearing this, Martha was scared. You want me to stand guard here alone? What about you? And what does it mean that I will be in big trouble? Isn't this supposed to be training and not real combat? Wait, are you trying to use me as bait? Or use me as a human shield or something? Elder looked at Martha with a blank expression. It all depends on whether you have the ability to be bait or not. Your current abilities are only slightly better than cannon fodder. This is the last time I explain it to you. From now on, you'll do as I say. I'll go work in a farther place. Start working now. After saying that, Elder turned around and left. Martha watched Elder's back, trembling with anger. In the dim subway station, Pitbull found Adam. Adam, Elder wants to hire me. If you Peach Blossom Land can offer a high price. I will tell you both the layout of the Resistance Alliance's defenses and Queen Bee's movements if you can offer a high price. I know your authority is not enough. You can report back to headquarters first. I will contact you when you agree on the price. After saying that, he left confidently. Pitbull was very pleased at this moment. He felt that he could take advantage of the situation when the two major forces started to fight. Pitbull suddenly discovered that the surroundings were full of insects. He panicked immediately because there was only one possibility in this situation: Queen Bee was targeting him. At this moment, Elder walked over slowly and said,
Pitbull, long time no see.
It seems that you haven't been thinking straight since you stopped being my lackey. Do you know why I didn't kill off all the remaining subordinates of Peach Blossom Land? It's to lure you out. Pitbull was quite puzzled when he went to find the mutated human troops base. Confirmed that there were no people or Black Bee around. Why did you come out by yourself? Got caught by this old thing as soon as I came out by myself. Martha is currently hiding at the corner of the alley. She dared not go out without Elder's orders. Originally, Elder asked Martha to stand guard at the subway entrance. This is to utilize Martha's keen perception to catch Pitbull. Obviously, Pitbull also knew that this time he was set up so thoroughly, there must be someone who had been following him all along. Thinking of this, Pitbull suddenly shouted,
Who's hiding there? Come out!
Martha was so scared that she subconsciously flipped the safety off her handgun. Pitbull immediately caught the faint sound. I see. It seems you are the one to find my guy. Pitbull walked out of the alley while speaking, wanting to see what the person who found him looked like. He was stopped by Elder exuding a terrifying aura.
If you take one more step forward, I will kill you,
Elder threatened. But Pitbull wasn't scared at all.
If you kill me, my teammates will immediately join forces with the mutated human squad. Would that be good for you?
Not to mention, I never said I wanted to be enemies with Queen Bee. I just want to get what I deserve. You can't even meet this basic condition for me. It seems that the outcome of this battle is already clear without fighting. The coward in the corner, come out quickly. Martha feels very upset after hearing Pitbull calling herself a coward. A huge bug claw suddenly appears next to Martha, scaring her so much that she breaks out in a cold sweat. Run, Lori, as it is impossible for people to take every step correctly. Choose your own path and keep running, even if you fail. Take advantage of your youth to start over from scratch. At this moment, Lori, who was brought back to the base by Hilda, sadly looks at Alan in the nutrient tank. Hilda, how could Alan be here? When I left you, I found his body on the cliff. I brought him back out of the respect for our past master-apprentice relationship, preparing for a proper burial. Later, through Alan's body, I found out that Martha was not lying. Lori angrily questioned Hilda.
Why didn't you help us back then? You clearly had the ability.
Looking at Lori's sad expression, Hilda said helplessly,
I am a commander. I cannot waste combat power in battle due to personal feelings. I bear the lives of my subordinates. I cannot harm them due to personal reasons.
The reason I can take care of you now is because you have value. Inside the secret base, a scientist is explaining Alan's condition to Hilda based on the data on the monitor. Captain, this young man you brought back last time is essentially a dead man from a medical perspective. But he can still detect subtle brainwaves. This state is similar to a hibernation state. If there were zombies in the world, I guess this young man would be it. What substance turned him into this state is still undetectable. I wouldn't believe in such an existence if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Also, Captain, the other young man you brought back this time. He has regained consciousness fully after undergoing a heart transplant. However, through examination, it was found that he is also in a state of death. According to the description in your report, the commonality between these two individuals and the queen named Lori is that they had close contact with her. But we cannot know why she was able to enslave the two servants. We can only hope that we will be able to discover the secret of immortality through her research in the future. At this moment, Lori stood on the deck, reminiscing about the hardships of this period. She felt like she was dreaming. At that moment, Hilda, dressed in combat gear, approached Lori. Hilda knew that Lori had not yet emerged from the shadow of surviving the doomsday. So she asked, "Lori, how did you use to release yourself when you were very exhausted before?" "I would run on the campus playground. I would run until I couldn't see anything around me, until I felt nothing at all. At that time, Alan would say to me, 'What troubles you again?' Unfortunately, we didn't cherish that period of time." Hilda hugged Lori. She pointed to the broad deck and said,
"This is the runway.
"You can run freely while looking at the sky." Did Lori see it? This vast sky is your future. Go ahead, run freely while looking at the sky. At this moment, Lori was finally able to put down the burden on her shoulders and run freely on the deck. Suddenly, Hilda caught up. "Haha, Lori, you're running too slowly. I can run faster than you with just a casual pace." "Lori, run faster. Faster. Slow down, Hilda, when you reach the end of the deck." She took the opportunity to push Lori, who was catching up, down. Lori screamed loudly in the air in fear. Instantly, the two of them fell into the boundless sea. Lori doesn't know how to swim. She couldn't help but panic and struggle in the water. Hilda quickly swam towards Lori when she saw the situation. Then she quickly hugged Lori's slender waist from behind and swam towards the water surface. In an instant, Hilda and Lori surged out of the water. Hilda smiled happily as she looked at Lori's disheveled appearance. "Lori, you weren't afraid at all during your first time swimming. You're amazing, Hilda. I'm actually very afraid of water. But with you by my side, I'm not afraid anymore. Lori, you need to get familiar with water in order to swim well. Because a mutated human cannot regulate body temperature. Once the body temperature rises to a certain level, the body will slowly become stiff and unable to move. But it's different in water. Water can dissipate heat. Therefore, we can unleash 100% of our combat power in the water. Starting today, I will train you on how to fight, how to correctly use your abilities. As a soldier, you have lived to the end of the battlefield. Next, I will make you the strongest queen. Now here is the home for you, Alan and Roy." Did you hear the word, home? Lori excitedly hugged Hilda. In this post-apocalyptic world, they have been wandering outside all the time. Now they finally have a place to go back to. Lori cried and said, "Thank you, Hilda. I will definitely train hard to become the strongest queen to help you win." "Lori, although I do not know whether the road ahead is a deep abyss, I am glad for your joining. Welcome to the Henslow family." A regular person. Actually, threatening a woman who keeps a 3-story tall insect as a pet. How bold can he be? Elder started training Martha at night. When Martha returned to the dormitory with a tired body, she recalled the day when Diane appeared at the alley entrance riding a huge black bee. She looked at the arrogant pit bull and couldn't help but sarcastically say,
Pitbull, you are now in our hands. If I want to, you will immediately become a cold corpse.
Pitbull was scared by Diane's strong momentum, but the desire to survive made him struggle again. Do you think I will obediently accept death? Don't underestimate me. Before I die, I will desperately take one of you with me. Diane looked coldly at Pitbull's subordinates, the two behind her. Do you want to live and die with this fool? If you are willing to help me catch Pitbull, I can spare your lives. As soon as she finished speaking, raised two guns and aimed at Pitbull's back. Captain, please don't blame us. We just want to survive. Besides, we have no other choice. From now on, this Pitbull, the evil dog, has been locked deep in the dungeon by the Resistance Alliance. Inside the base, everyone breathed a sigh of relief because Pitbull was captured. Without Pitbull, Peach Blossom Land would have no way of knowing Queen Bee's movements. At this moment, Elder looked at Martha with a sidelong glance. Martha, startled, quickly apologized.
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to fight just now.
So that's why I disobeyed your order. I promise I won't do it again in the future. And Elder smiled and said,
It's okay. I am the owner of Dog Chain Military Services Company. Would you like to join my company?
Martha was stunned upon hearing this. Elder continued,
If you want to be a part of my team, then accept this.
Martha lay on the bed in the room, looking at the name tag that Elder had given her. This name tag is the key to my becoming stronger. Walter, you pervert. Wash your neck clean and wait for me. Lori, you and Roy must live well. I will become stronger soon and come find you. Just as Martha was lost in her thoughts, the door was knocked. Martha, come out. Someone wants to see you.